Hello students, here I have chosen a problem where we can find the empirical formula and molecular formula. So the question is a compound contains 4.07% hydrogen, 24.27% carbon and 71.65% chlorine. Its molecular mass is 98.96. What are is a empirical and molecular formula? So the question is very straight. It's very simple. Okay, now what is empirical formula? We should know what is empirical formula. Like for example, if I take glucose C6H12O6. Now what I can take common from this? I can take 6 common and inside I can write CH2O. This is what I can write inside the bracket. Whatever possible I could take common. I have taken. This is the empirical formula of glucose. Empirical formula of glucose means what does the empirical formula gives? Empirical formula just gives the um, ratio of the atoms which are present in the molecule. Means by empirical formula what I can say is that carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are present in the ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 1. Means here this is nothing is there, means 1 and this is 1, 1 is to 2 is to 1. Molecular formula tells about the total number of the atoms in a particular molecule. So let's go for a problem. Now here the elements which are present, elements I will write, and this is the percentage in how much percent it is there. The first element which contains is hydrogen. Okay, second element which is there is carbon. Okay, hydrogen H, carbon C, and seventh then it is a third is a chlorine. Okay, I'll just increase the spacing between that. Next is a chlorine. Third element which is present is chlorine, that is Cl. Now this is what the percentage is given. So how much percentage of hydrogen is there? It is 4.07%. Okay. Then carbon is 24.27%. And chlorine percentage is 71.65%. 71.65%. Means I can convert this to a weight. Means I can convert this to 4.07 gram only when if I consider that the compound which is given, let's say 1 spoon of the compound is given, 1 spoon of the compound is given, like some amount of the compound is given. Let's say this is the amount of the compound which is given to you over here, and the weight of this compound is 100 gram. If the weight of this compound is 100 gram, then 4.07% the hydrogen will be 4.07 gram, and 24.27% will be 24.27 gram, and here this will be 71.6 gram, right? So I have freedom to choose this weight, whether I can choose this to be 100, 150, 200. I am choosing this to be 100 because my calculations will become easy. Means 4.07% of 100 gram is 4.07 gram, right? But if you are choosing that to be a 100, then it will be 4.0. If you are choosing that to be a 200 gram, if this weight you are choosing to be a total weight of the compound in which hydrogen, carbon and chlorine are there to be 200 gram, then you will have to do extra calculation that finding a 4.07% of the 200 gram means over here the weight will be what, 8.14 gram, right? That way, so accordingly all the calculations you need to do. So I am choosing this to be 100 because my calculations becomes easy. So here this is what the weight of each carbon. Now how to find the number of moles? We know how to find the number of moles. So number of moles is represented by n. I'll just put n, and you should know this represents the number of moles. Now we have a weight. We know the what is the number of moles. Number of moles is weight taken, that is 4.07 upon its atomic mass. Atomic mass is 1. Over here also it is carbon, means it is 24.27 upon, it will be carbon's weight is 12 gram, molar mass is 12, and here it is number of moles will be 71.65 divided by chlorine's atomic mass is 35.5. If we do this, then what we are getting answer over here, it will be 4.07. Here it will be is equal to 24.27 divided by 12. This is coming to 24.27 divided by 12. This comes to 2.02, and here this value is coming to be 71.65 divided by 35.5. This is also coming to be 2.02. So now we have to find the simplest whole number ratio. See, uh, dividing dividing the lowest value. What is the lowest value over here? 2.02 is the lowest value. Means I will be dividing this 2.0, like among this is the number of moles 4.07, and this is 2.02, and this is 2.02. The lowest is 2.02. So I will be dividing by all the values. Means simplest. Just clear this. This is simplest whole number ratio. Means here it is 4.07 divided by 2.02. Here it will be 2.02 divided by 2.02. Every value I am dividing by 2.02. This is 2.02 divided by 2.02. Means here this will come to approximately is equal to 2. This will be is equal to 1, and this will be is equal to 1. Means here what we can say is that H1, then carbon 1, sorry, H2 it is, because this is what I am getting. So H2, C1, and chlorine 1, right? This is what I am getting. Means this is my empirical formula. H2Cl is the empirical formula. So this will tell me about the empirical formula. But in the question, they have asked for also to find a molecular formula. This is the empirical, or I can write it in this way also. CH2, CH2Cl. This is the empirical formula. Empirical formula means we are understanding that we are getting the we are having the ratio of the carbon, hydrogen, and chlorine in the 1 is to 2 is to 1. Means carbon is 1, hydrogen is 2, and chlorine is 1. Now going for a finding a molecular formula. How to find a molecular formula? Like we know that molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula. Okay, like if I take a example of glucose only, C6H12O6. If I am taking this example, then it is what? 6 into CH2O, right? This is that value N. N could go from N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Right? Here N is equal to 6, and this is the empirical formula of glucose, right? So now I want to find N. I can also write N to be is equal to mm, molecular mass, molecular mass. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, this is just an example which I have given. This has nothing to do with the problem, glucose. So molecular mass divided by empirical formula mass, empirical formula mass. Now we know the molecular mass is given. Molecular mass is given to be 98.96. It is given to be 98.96. What will be empirical formula mass? Empirical formula mass in the last in the main problem it is CH2Cl. This is what the empirical. Now what will be its empirical formula mass? I will write here. There is one carbon, so 12, just one carbon, two hydrogen, so 2 into 1, and one chlorine is there. So this is 35.5. So this comes to 14 plus 35.5. This comes to 49.5. So I am getting this to be, I will divide this by this 49.5. So N is equal to, this is equal to 2. So I'm getting N is equal to 2. So molecular formula will be is equal to, so molecular formula will be is equal to 2 into CH2Cl. Means molecular formula is C2H4Cl2. This is the molecular formula of the compound. Okay, here next question is based on the uncertainty. According to the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, what it says that it is impossible to find the exact position and the momentum of an electron simultaneously. Uh, According to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, equation which is given here is about the uncertainty delta x multiplied by momentum, which is greater than h upon 4 pi. Okay, this is what the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle says. Now this represents a uncertainty in the position. This represents uncertainty in position, and this represent uncertainty in the momentum. Uncertainty means um, like you are expecting a electron to be at this place, but you find that electron is somewhere over here. This much distance, okay, this distance delta x is the change expectation, and you are finding the electron. This is what the uncertainty is, right? So this is what we need to find over here. Calculate uncertainty in the position, right? Means I need to find delta x, so I can equate this. Means delta x, okay, before equating what I'll do is momentum. Here momentum is not given, here velocity is given. What is momentum is equal to? Momentum p is equal to, p is equal to mass into velocity. This is what the momentum is, right? So delta p will be is equal to delta mass into velocity, right? So whatever, now this is delta means change, right? Change, this represents the difference. So I cannot apply this difference to a mass, because mass of that particular substance or mass of the electron is not going to change. There won't be any uncertainty in the mass, right? But there will be a uncertainty in the velocity. Velocity may be different than the expected. So delta v, I'm applying this delta only to the velocity and not m. So delta p is represented as x. X means it is in a particular direction, right? So here I will modify this formula to be delta x multiplied by mass into delta v, which is equal to h upon 4 pi. So I need to find this delta x. Delta x is equal to h divided by mass into change in velocity multiplied by this 4 pi, isn't it? So h is given to be how much? H is given to be 6.626 into 10 raised to power minus 34 divided by mass of the electron is 9.1 into 10 raised to 31 kg. 9.1 into 10 raised to power minus 31 kg. Uh, Uncertainty in the velocity is given, right? Uncertainty in velocity is 5.7 into 10 raised to 5.7 into 10 raised to 5 meter per second, right? And 4 is number and pi value is 3.14. So just substitute this value, and what answers you will be getting over here is delta x will be in meters. Okay, it will be in meters. So what answer you will be getting is if I do this 6.626 divided by 9.1, 5.74 divided by 3.14. What answer I am getting over here is 0.01017 into 10 raised to minus 34. This will become 10 raised to 31 when I take it in the numerator. This will become 10 raised to minus 5. So this is delta x is to be 0.01017 multiplied by 10 raised to 31. This is 39, right? And this will be 10 raised to minus 8. Minus 39 and plus 31, it will be minus 8. So here delta x, further if I solve, then it could be written to be 1.017 into 10 raised to minus 2 into 10 raised to minus 8, 0.017 into 10 raised to minus 10 meter. The answers will be in meter. Okay, regarding the units, how the answer is in meter, we will just take it over here. The unit of, we are discussing about the units over here. Unit of H is joule second, mass is in kg, velocity is in meter per second. I'll not just put this. This doesn't have any unit. It is 4 and pi values. So joule is what? Newton meter, and this second. This is kg meter per second, right? Then Newton is what? Newton is mass into acceleration. This n is force, no? It is mass into acceleration, means mass is in kg and acceleration is meter per second square. So I will write, instead of n, I will be writing kilogram meter per second square, and this is meter, right? This m, and this is second upon kilogram meter per second, right? Over here, kilogram will get cancelled, meter and meter will get cancelled, and what will remain is, when I take this on the top, it will be meter into s raised to minus 2, s raised to 1, and this will become s raised to 1. So meter into s raised to minus 2, and this is s raised to 2. So together it become m s raised to 0, means anything raised to 0 is 1. So m into 1. So the unit is m. Okay.